Ramogi ajuanga kotudore kod lal mar sitima mabende notimore midhiambo manyoro nyaka sani wasenyisi ni kambi makeyo teko sitima kata kamano bende osebedo kawacho ni gine giduoko sitima e gwenge mamoko. Wawinjane kaka chirchir loso gisani.
33 p.m. in the evening, the country experienced a partial blackout on the electric power system, with Musaga substation supplying parts of western region remaining on supply from Uganda. The system demand at the time of incident was 1,732 megawatts, with the hydros performing well, the geothermal performing well. The thermal and wind was at its optimal, and so was the Ethiopia. We have a power purchase with Ethiopia, which we've signed at 200 megawatts. It was transmitting at 194 megawatts at that time. So it was working well at that total. And we had a spinning reserve from the hydros. A spinning reserve is, if anything happens, the spinning reserve will pick up and support the network. So there was enough spinning reserve to be able to support the network. So it wasn't as such lack of adequate power in the system. What was the sequence of events? The Moroni substation is supplied via two transmission links, Olkaria, Kibos, Kisumu, Moroni, and the second line, which evacuates most of the hydros from this side, goes to which evacuates most of the hydros from this side, goes to through Juja to the source. And the two lines mainly supply electricity to western South Nyanza and South Rift region. So when the source is the hub that supplies western Kenya, South Nyanza, and South Rift. At that particular time, 7:33 p.m., the Kisumu Moroni 132 power line tripped, arising from some system constraint. Like I've mentioned, it was having to carry 149, which it could not bear because it is designed to carry 80 megawatts. The loss of the Kisumu Moroni line led to sudden increase in power flow on the Juja Lesos Moroni link, leading to overload at Olkaria transformer, Dandora Juja transformer links. This led to a cascade of generation trips, resulting in widespread power outages. However, parts of western region, including Bungoma, Kakamega, Busia, remain on supply from Musaga substation using the alternative source of supply that we get from Uganda. The power restoration started immediately, and by 1 in the morning, 60% of the customers had been restored. You would have noticed, if you were still awake, that at about 11 p.m. at night, specifically 11:53, we had another sudden drip that we were able to restore immediately, because when you're restoring, like I mentioned before, you need to match supply and demand. And we had we're trying to do it quickly, and there was another drip at 23:53, which was contained very quickly. The Kenya electricity grid is currently operating suboptimally. I asked the engineers, what do you mean by suboptimally? With limited spinning reserves, low inertia, high production proportion of intermittent generation, low hydro generation, and insufficient voltage control. This condition makes the system vulnerable to systems disturbances. When I give you the statement, I will have talked to the proposed mitigation to remove some of those system constraints. Like, one, the western part of Kenya is serviced, like we said, by Olkaria and the hydros, the 7 cascade hydros, and the transmission links are currently constrained because industry has been growing, the power users have been growing, and we have not upgraded the transmission network. And we are using an 80 megawatts dimension a transmission link to transmit 140 megawatts. And you would only expect it to drip to be able to save itself. So what we are doing, members of the media and Kenyans, is we are building a line, an alternative line, to support west of Kenya from Olkaria through Bomet, Narok, Bomet, Bomet, all the way to a window to be able to support the transmission that goes through Lesotho, like I've mentioned, and therefore be able to remove the constraint and improve the capacity of carrying more megawatts to the western part of the country where we don't have much generation. The loan facility has been signed and we are ready to start. We're getting funding from South Korea and Africa Development Bank, and we are at the tendering stage, and we should be able to start building that network. However, construction of a network of that capacity is not a quick fix. It will take some 20 months, but we'll be working on how to mitigate the challenge of constraint on the transmission network to be able to avoid the system being overloaded. We are also constructing a new 132 to 33 kV Sondu station or line and substation to further improve the supply to South Nyanza. If we were to have enough time to talk about how we service South Nyanza from Moroni to Chemosit, Sotik, to Kigathi, Ndiwa, and then Awendo, we could actually service by building a direct link from Sondu to Ndiwa and be able to avoid overloading the line going through Sotik to Ndiwa and causing those kind of challenges. We are also increasing the 220, 132 kV transformer capacity at Lesos to evacuate additional power to that from Olkaria to western part of the country and the North Rift region. We are also fast-tracking the completion of Kimoka. Kimoka is a station out of Kikuyu, somewhere here. Mala substation, which is being done by Ketrako to deload the Dandora, the Nairobi North, what we refer to as Nairobi North line. So these are all constraints where the lines are overloaded. They are not able to carry the load which is demanded by the customers at the extreme end. We also have declining spinning reserves because of lack of generation for a while. You know, we had a moratorium which was placed by government, and when we removed that moratorium, Parliament placed another moratorium. So we've not been able to work on new PPAs to be able to give us enough power. So we currently have a diminishing spinning reserve in line with the increasing base load. We need more spinning reserve. And to that end, KenGen is currently replacing the existing hydro turbines, runners with modern ones that will have capability of bigger operating range. This will address the need of spinning reserves in the short term. We also have lack of plant to provide auxiliary services inertia for resilience, or resilience for that matter. Implementation of high ground faults project in eastern and as well as other potential hydro projects in North Rift, South Nyanza, and West region to support frequency regulation and base load. We also need to fast track the implementation of battery energy storage system that will help to address the intermittence of the variable energy and provide voltage stability. What are we saying briefly? That might sound, you know, and the engineers right there. We did say we have two major challenges. We have challenge of generation. For a while, we did not have enough rains, and we were very down on the hydrology in Masinga. In fact, we have not started generating out of Masinga to date, in spite of the heavy rains. We are generating only out of Kamburu, Kitaru, Kindaruma, and Kiambere. For good reasons why we have not started pushing Masinga, because of the challenge of maybe flooding in Garissa. But for a long time, we have not generated out of Masinga because there was not enough water. It was down completely. But having had the rains, and when we can generate now out of Masinga, the transmission constraint is a challenge. Like if we need, for example, 200 megawatts in the western part of the country, the transmission links can only say carry 100 megawatts, to put it in simplistic term. And therefore, when the system tries to draw more power to support the 200 megawatts, the line gives way because it cannot carry that capacity. And that is why we are building alternative routes through Narok. Why Narok Sotik? We built Olkaria Narok. That one has been built already, 132 kV line. We have built Chemosit all the way to Bomet, and the link between Narok and Bomet, which will then complete the link all the way down to Awendo, will give us that relief so that we do not have these challenges of the network dropping every so often. So we know the problem. The problem is lack of investment in the transmission network. And you do know that today the transmission network, in spite of the unbundling of the energy sector into generation, which is done by KenGen and the IPPs, the transmission network done by Ketraco and Kenya Power doing the distribution, the off-taking. The challenge with Ketraco is that it is fully funded by government. And at times like now, when government is a bit constrained, and for a while, in the last several years, we have not invested as much in the transmission network. We are now bringing in the PPP, private-public partnership, to build some of the networks. We are giving out Gilgil, Thika, Mala to Konza, or is that Isinya? We are giving out a number of networks to be built by private capital. What does that mean? It relieves Ketraco from looking for funding from government and having the kind of challenges that we've had. So Bomet, Narok should have been built a while ago. In fact, it was a project that should have been built between 2016 and 2021, but with funding from the French Development Bank, but that did not materialize because of the challenges of funding. And so we are on it. That's why I said we know the problem, we're trying to address it. This time round, we hope we'll get it right and be able to sort out the Western Kenya voltage and frequency challenges which keep tripping the network. So that was the problem yesterday. We are working on mitigation measures to see, even as we take the long haul building of the networks, because building a line of about 90 kilometers will not be done in 2 days. We will work with the engineers to see the mitigation interventions that will relieve the overvoltage or the capacity of the lines, so that we are able to have alternative routes to be able to support the network. Like I've said, we are doing a new bay in Lesos with a third transformer to be able to relieve one of the links. We are going to see whether we can do a 33 kV line between Narok and Bomet, so that as we build the long haul line, which will take about 20 months, we are able to reduce the constraint on the transmission network and be able to remove the challenge of constant power outages. The other one, which are really as regarding generation and more importantly the transmission links for Western Kenya, one of the mitigations or intervention that will be going back with the engineers to sit on and give some straight answers as we look at you in the eye is load shedding. What would need to be done, instead of overloading a line and causing the whole country to trip, we would be able to remove some feeders and therefore lessen the power demand that flows through a line, and therefore be able to only carry the amount of power which the line can carry. So instead of pushing the lines to an overload, we will basically give the line that it can carry, and therefore have some kind of scheduled load shedding, so that we do not unnecessarily have to bring down the whole country because of an overload which cascades all the way down. But more importantly, have a scheduled load shed in particular areas where the lines are seriously constrained. That is not to say we don't have enough power, but where a line is constrained and it cannot carry so much power, why push the line to carry what it cannot carry and cause a national trip? So we'll be scheduling some minimal load shedding, and we'll work with the various Kenyans and the leaders to understand why the load shedding may be necessary, so that we do not continue having to experience the kind of national blackouts we have seen in the short while. Thank you very much. Can we start from here and come this side?
Nyakora mugejo mane Jatend migao mar teko Davis Chirchir kakoro no chiwo ler kotudore kod stima mabende no lal apoya nono midhiambo manyoro ka nyaka sani wacho ni sirikal osebedo ka temo matek kata timo matek mar timo nonro mar yango gino mosebedo ka kelo lal mar sitima e Kenya mangima kinde ka kinde. Kata kamano wan kaka jopiny wageno ni biro bed ka itimo nonro matut mondo lal mar sitima kinde ka kinde kik bede. To mana kaka iwinjo, jopiny bende oyuak matamra gi nono kaluwore kod lal mane giyudo kotudore kod lal mar sitima midhiambo manyoro. Kata kamano ka waketo tenge weche motudore kod lal mar teko mar sitima odiochieng' manyoro, wadhi weche manyien mamoko kama jatend